Kendrick Lamar celebrated his success with a low-key event at Soldier Field on Friday, where he exuded confidence as he navigated the venue like a champion boxer displaying his title belt. This understated yet visually captivating presentation showcased Lamar at his best. Known for his reserved demeanor and intense focus, he delivered a series of powerful performances. His distinctive lyrical style nearly eclipsed the show's flaws, particularly the decision to merge his sets with co-headliner SZA into a continuous 9-part performance, which resulted in some jarring contrasts. By the way, welcome to Celebrity Hip Hop Showroom, where hip-hop and celebrity drama never sleep, so hit that subscribe button so you never miss the mess. Let's get into it. On his Grand National Tour, Lamar reinforced his claim to being the greatest of all time, a statement that's hard to argue against now. He eschewed the typical flashy elements of large concerts. Although there were fireworks, flames, and dramatic visuals, he could have easily captivated the audience with just a microphone and a large screen displaying conceptual images, such as pawn shop signs, liquor store ads, digital sculptures, and thought-provoking collages related to his music. Lamar also featured his black 1987 Buick GNX Coupe as a recurring prop, using it for entrances and exits. The performance included a 16-member dance team, a dramatic descent down a staircase, and a choreographed moment where he walked along a long table while his dancers sat on one side, marking the extent of the theatricality. He focused on narrative techniques, demonstrating exceptional control over dynamics, syntax, tone, timing, tension, and pitch. Aside from a flashy X chain around his neck, Lamar kept it simple with just 2 outfits. There were no hype men, special guests, or unnecessary self-promotion, and he avoided overt showmanship even in his vocal delivery. Instead, he presented a collection of sharp songs and a smooth flow that often resembled a top-notch rhythm section. With this tour, Lamar joins Jay-Z and Eminem as one of the few hip-hop artists to co-headline stadium tours in North America. While all 3 have collaborated with R&B singers, Lamar's tour, spanning 39 dates and set to head to Europe in July, has a more ambitious vision. He continues to break records, having set a new high for gross revenue, $14.8 million, for a single performance by a rapper in Seattle. The Grand National Tour is already expected to become the highest-grossing rap tour in history, adding to a list of achievements that positions the 37-year-old alongside global superstars like Beyoncé, Lady Gaga, and Taylor Swift. Since winning the Pulitzer Prize for Music in 2018 with his album, Damn, Lamar has established himself as a major force in the industry. His 2022 release, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, garnered widespread acclaim, marking his 4th consecutive album to debut at #1 and leading to an international tour that featured a headline performance at Lollapalooza. However, this was just the beginning for him. In spring 2024, Lamar entered into a public feud with Drake, released 4 highly praised diss tracks, with Not Like Us winning 5 Grammy Awards, launched the chart-topping album GNX, and headlined the most-watched Super Bowl halftime show ever. Given his remarkable success, it would have been easy for Lamar to present his role in the event as a celebration. Yet, moments of pure joy were infrequent, contributing to a larger narrative that encompassed introspection, anger, reflection, comfort, struggle, fear, confusion, and spirituality. He even reinterpreted the hopeful Black Lives Matter anthem, All Right, shifting its clear optimism to a more ambiguous tone, turning the well-known refrain into a question without a definitive answer. His lyrics were rich with complexities, critiques, and conflicts. At times, Lamar appeared to engage in a profound dialogue with himself, and with earlier versions of himself, as he navigated deep internal struggles. In the piano-driven track Reincarnated, he linked his past lives to those of John Lee Hooker and Billie Holiday, before concentrating on his present self and its quest for liberation from darkness. As he transitioned into Baby Keem's Family Ties, the words respect and or flashed on the screen, interspersed with money and power. Crouched on the hood of his car like a predator poised to strike, he delivered the lyrics to Man at the Garden, as if trying to persuade his toughest critic, himself, that he deserves the rewards of this life and the next. "This is not a song / this is a revelation," Lamar declared on TV Off. He embraced this idea, whether he was fiercely taking down opponents, Euphoria, representing his hometown in a seemingly subtle manner, Dodger Blue, or blending slang, onomatopoeia, and pop culture references into a bass-heavy hit, Squabble Up. Lamar's lyrical confidence and rhythmic skill pushed boundaries, treating phrases like movable puzzle pieces. His clear and powerful voice, tinged with a slight rasp, cut through every mix. He shifted frequencies like an analog radio tuner, accelerating and then cruising as if driving a high-performance vehicle. Lamar played with syllables, slicing and syncopating rhythms, breaking language into staggered patterns that danced, provoked, bounced, and struck. He ensured that the rhythm hit hard at every opportunity. If only he had done a single, continuous set to keep a consistent flow. His decision to present snippets of different songs didn't achieve the intended effect. Strong tracks like King Kunta, Backseat Freestyle, and Swimming Pools Drank felt more like brief teasers or afterthoughts. Nonetheless, these were minor concerns compared to the inconsistency in the segments shared with SZA. Both artists would have fared better with solo performances, collaborating only once in each part. SZA was a fantastic duet partner for the 6 songs they performed together, complementing his rougher style with her smoothness in tracks like Love and the emotional ballad Luther. Her soulful voice also stood out in her own songs. However, the similarities in their styles, along with their distinct musical differences, created a jarring effect that disrupted the performance's flow. Moreover, SZA's elaborate production, pyrotechnics, and frequent costume changes felt excessive. While she had moments of independence, like in The Weeknd and her cover of Rihanna's Consideration, she often seemed overshadowed by the extravagant visuals and symbolism. Embracing garden themes, she interacted with dancers dressed as insects, rode a giant grasshopper, and during the acoustic song Nobody Gets Me, floated above the stage with wings that made her look fairy-like. The background visuals highlighted her fascination with bugs and grasslands, cleverly tying into the revenge-themed song Kill Bill. Unfortunately, many of the vocal and emotional subtleties SZA displayed in a previous performance at the United Center were lost here. In an effort to compensate, the 35-year-old St. Louis native leaned into grand melodies and catchy choruses, delivering an exaggeratedly polished and dramatic performance on several songs. Accompanied by a guitarist mimicking classic hair metal poses, SZA sang from her knees, channeling 80s pop rock. In a different context, this nostalgic approach might have succeeded. However, on a tour where Lamar is a dominant force in hip-hop, pushing boundaries and exploring new territories, the disconnect between their styles was too stark. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.